So like, what was it? How did you get a magazine back then? Because I'm assuming that you actually had to do something pretty important if you're going to be put in a store on a cover.
I miss the days I can go in with the hoodie, say what I want to say, get nasty, talk some smack with the other guys, and lift some weights and not worry about doing a couple sets here and there for the fans.
Clark, that whole deal, Batman, Superman, we were standing in the urinals kind of looking over at each other. Classic. Like,
remember that?
This is really what it comes down to. You got all your superpowers. I got all my human powers. But really, bro, let's
Coming down to ding dong. Who's serving it up better? Hey, I got a question, and I said it earlier to you, and I've been giving this a lot of thought, and I'm sitting in a pretty position because social media is new for you and me. It's new for everybody. Let's not say that, but it's new for you and me because we made our names, and we established our credibility before because of the magazines. We were great enough to win titles, enough knowledge to where the owners of the industry said, we need you guys on the cover and an article. Because I think people forget when they talk about us on the covers, we weren't cover models. There are cover models, and there were some guys that did that. We were celebrities in health and fitness. We were the cover stories. I think that's what we got. You and I got to stop saying cover stories, or however you would say it.
Right.
But we did the cover because we were talking about principles that we believed in inside the magazine.
Yeah, they thought enough about the message that accompanied the physique. So the physique is what got people's attention, because when someone was walking through the aisle in a grocery store or a bookstore, they would see you on there, and out of their peripheral, they'd go, oh, wow. I've had so many people say, out of the corner of my eye, I caught you on the cover of a magazine, or you caught my attention, so I picked it up. And that's the whole purpose of someone being on the cover, is to get the attention of the person that they're seeking to be the customer. And then beyond us just standing there and having a smile and abs and all of what they thought was going to be beneficial to the magazine, they thought enough of us to say, hey, what do you do for chest? What do you think about this nutritional program or whatever? So there's some depth to it that, like you just said, I don't think people really truly understand how important that is to establish who we have been in the career for all of these years. People just see a cover. But I mean, you could pull one out right now, recent, like I right here, right? So here's the cover, but on the inside, you go in here and it talks all about my training. My 5 lifestyle principles are in there, right there, recent, right now. You know what I mean? Pushing 60. It's there you go.
I'm sending this to Anita.
There you go.
Are you the centerfold?
I think she's already got it.
And it smells.
Is it scratch and sniff?
It is a scratch and sniff, my friend.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
So,
but the beauty of it is you can dictate also what it is you want them to say, because now there's so much credibility that it's like they actually are interested in not just telling you what they want you to do, like do curls, like what is your training protocol? What is
hold on for a sec, because you know what came with this?
I don't know.
Which came with this, which came with yours, what came with it? No negativity.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
No negativity.
Yeah.
You're on a freaking cover. Holy sheesh. You like it or you don't like it. You read his article, you go, okay, that makes sense. I see what you did. I understand. Okay. Or the guy reads it and goes, whatever, moves on. But for you and me as individuals and living our lives, there was no negativity in that. And so now we have social media.
Yeah. Let me tell you about the negativity with magazines. And
is that because I didn't know there was? Okay.
There wasn't. And I'm going to tell you what it was for me. Back in the early 80s, you remember James DeMello. He was on the cover of Muscle and Fitness with Corey Everson. And it said, world's most handsome bodybuilder. And I remember looking at it going, I'm better looking than this guy. I didn't put it out for the world. I had that thought. I mean, it's normal to have a thought like, I wonder if that guy's on TRT. I wonder what he does. I wonder. But making this, you throw it out there like, okay, all I did was say, I'm better looking than this guy. And I told my roommate, this is what I'm going to do. It inspired me. It didn't make me hate people or put false, messages out about people. It made me go, I'm going to go do that myself. And that's what I did. So it wasn't negativity.
And not only did you do it, but you became friends with the person that motivated you to go do that. You became friends with that guy.
How did you get it?
Yeah, that's, like you. He's my brother. He is one of my trusted men in my life that I go to lift me up, to encourage me, to counsel me, to grab me by the freaking face mask and go, come on, man, listen up. So absolutely, we're best friends, man.
Jeff had a question for you.
Well, because I think part of that negativity, I was thinking about when you buy a magazine, what are you doing? You're buying it. You kind of have an investment. So
Sweat equity.
You're putting in whatever magazine cost back then, like $5 or whatever, to hopefully get some information out of it. And then from there, do as you wish. But now I can make an Instagram account with any photos that I want, any information.
And you're a champion.
Yeah, and be whoever I want. But do I really have that credibility? So, like, what was it? How did you get a magazine back then? Because I'm assuming that you actually had to do something pretty important if you're going to be put in a store on a cover, be published. Right?
Well, I'll tell you one thing that I was reminded of the other day. I posted a photo that was supposed to be the cover of Muscle and Fitness. I remember there were two options that Cal Yee presented to Muscle and Fitness when he came to me at the Muscle Mania bodybuilding competition in the 90s. I competed, and I remember he approached me.
Because I'm going to forget.
Okay.
You've got to post the video of you versus Tito Raymond.
Oh, okay. I got to find that. That was classic.
They went to Muscle Mania, where I stayed in the INDBA, DBA, CDB, QRS, DDB of CBD.
Yeah. Muscle Mania, man. That was fun. But so after that, it was between prejudging and the night show, Cal Yee pulled me aside. So we ended up shooting a couple cover tries. That's what we called them back then, cover tries for Muscle and Fitness. And I'm thinking, wow, man, this is the big time. And they didn't choose the photo that was the best. And I posted it on my social media the other day. And as you should, I gave photo credit to the photographer. I said, taken by legendary photographer Cal Yee. And then his comment was, yes, I agree. This is one of the best photos. And this was before Photoshop was a thing. There are pictures of me in Iron Man magazine where at the bottom of the cover story, it says, due to Clark demanding, we have not Photoshopped any of his images. Like,
why do you Photoshop them now then?
Because I'm getting old.
Okay. All right. So that being said, I'm going to hit you with this because I left you a message this morning. I had a talk on Sunday with a good human.
Those exist?
Yeah, it does. You won't
It's
see him
not
on social media.
Okay.
You won't see him on social media because he doesn't believe in social media anymore.
Well, that's why he's a good human, probably partially.
So this is a very odd thing. He's doing the spin-off of Spider-Man, and he's getting ready for this movie. And I know in the movie industry, they still want you to have a presence of social media. They request it.
Yeah.
So this guy's a father of 4, and he's getting ready he's already done leads in movies. Huge actor. And he's getting ready for his biggest kind of breakout because it's like he was in the Marvel movies and now he's doing this. And I asked about social media, and he goes, I don't want to be involved in that because I don't want my daughters to be involved in it. And I can't be the person saying, as a father, I need to do this, but you can't do this. I want to represent, I'm not doing it. Please don't you do it. And I thought that was impressive. Okay, so let's say hypothetically, he's not making money from it. He is. He was doing a campaign, a fragrance ad. And he had a couple years, and you know as well as I do, like when I did the Tomats romance covers, when you do fragrance ads and you do those kind of endorsement, it's crazy money. It's crazy money. And he was talking about it. It was ridiculous money, more than movie money. And he said to the company, he said, I am not going to do social media anymore. So you make your decision. You can keep me or let me go. And that's ridiculous money. And they wanted somebody else social media. Obviously, wanted a celebrity that would do that. And so he didn't continue on the endorsement, the contract, the fragrance ad. And he was still willing to give it up because he said, you're allowing so much negativity, which is mind blowing to me because I understand health and fitness. You're going to get a lot of naysayers because skinny guys can say something is good or bad. And you don't look at that individual and go, what the hell do you know? You're a walking bag of bones. You can slip through a closed door. They don't do that. It's not like money. If the guy's really, really rich and he's made money over and over again, he has credibility. For some reason in weightlifting, it's not that way, which is odd. But he said, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do social media. It lets too much negativity in. And I was like, wow, that's impressive. And we see the negativity because I've seen you put up TikToks going, listen, I'm giving you guys this information. Now, not only is this information that's gold, use it or don't use it. I don't care. You're closing in on a 60-year-old guy that's in freaking, you're the 1%. Every human out there wants to look like you at 20 years old. Now, but you're 60 almost. So it's like, it's mind blowing that somebody could come out with you with negative, but they do. They still come out with the negativity. So my question to you is, I understand with a lot of things, there's good and bad. How do we use social media and try to stay with the good and not let that negativity come into you, to your family, to your son, to your daughter? How do you do that? Can you do that?
Yeah. Yes, you can. Absolutely. And I see it done a lot. And I think it's done more than we absolutely can understand, because I think as humans, we tend to hone in on the negative because we have this, at least me, I have this righteous anger that steps up and is like, you know what? F you. You can't talk to me that way. So I engage with these people. And I know that I shouldn't, but sometimes I do because I have the time and I don't want people to think that they can get away with certain stuff. So I've shut down a lot of it, but it's still always going to be there. So I think the answer to that question is take the high road, right? Every aspect of life, we have the opportunity to take the high road or the low road, even outside of social media. People are just going to be ugly, unfortunately. But the beautiful thing about it is the majority of the people on this planet are good. But because social media is new, like you said at the beginning of this, it's just something that's like, oh, okay, wait a minute. I'm not used to all of this, especially when someone gets to your level. You know, you've got multiple millions of people following you throughout all of your social media platforms. I'm coming up on 1 million now on TikTok. And, you know, if I just go through one of my most popular posts, there's a lot of ugliness. Cardi B in the background explains a lot. It's like, what do you mean? It's just a song I was listening to while I was training, you know, and it just goes on. And it's like, why would these people choose to say, oh, that half tire you're using is stupid, bro. Get a real tire. Well, no, I am, you know, I'm in a position where these companies will send them to me because they think that much of me. And if you don't, that's fine. I don't care if you don't like me using a half tire playing Cardi B with a 5 o'clock shadow and gloves on and capri shorts with machines you've never seen. Just mind your own business. You know, or ask a polite question. Why do you use the half tire? There's a way to do this, but if someone's ugly, there's really no way around it.
So they're gonna get through. They're gonna get. I guess I'm lucky enough because I got a crew that's governing now somewhat the pages and stuff. Something he said too was, and this is a tough one for me, because I know that you love to share, or I think you do. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
You love to share your workouts and what you're doing. Is it you do?
Yeah.
Okay. I hate it. I miss the days I could go in with the hoodie. I miss the days I can go in with the hoodie, say what I want to say, get nasty, talk some smack with the other guys, and lift some weights and not worry about doing a couple sets here and there for the fans. I miss those days. I miss just getting nasty and ugly and getting lost in the workout and that being my meditation. And it's a fight, and I don't want to get pulled out of the fight and go, hey, for a second here. Now on this set, will you do this? Because we're going to push this over here and we're going to put this over here. And today's workout's going to be feet. I miss the rawness.